What is beauty? The philosopher Albert Camus once said, "Beauty is unbearable. It drives us to despair, offering us, for a minute, the glimpse of an eternity that we should like to stretch out over the whole of time." Meanwhile, the novelist Victor Hugo said, "To love beauty is to see light." And the poet Nikos Kazantzakis said, "Beauty is merciless. You do not look at it, it looks at you, and it does not forgive." I mean, Socrates did say beauty is a short-lived tyranny, but he's old and pretentious and I know more than him, so who cares what Socrates said? When looking over the centuries of people's opinions and developed ideas of beauty, we tend to see three practically overbearing themes. 1. Beauty is the closest we'll get to holiness. 2. Beauty is transcendental. And 3. Beauty is a supreme power. And for clarification, it's not sacramental in the sense of it being literally a sacrament in the Christian manner, but in the sense that we as a society revere beauty. Beauty, defined by the Oxford Dictionary, is the combination of qualities that please the aesthetic senses. And as we're all familiar at this point of the class, aesthetics is the focus on beauty, so now we're just in this weird spiral of aesthetics equals beauty and beauty equals aesthetic. But looking beyond that, beauty is ultimately what we strive for in everything. It's not just physical beauty, but beauty in all aspects of life. When people say the beauty of engineering, or the beauty of jazz, or the beauty of war, or the beauty of every day, they practically mean the truly amazing part of insert item here. They're referring to the part of a subject that transcends its material, the part that makes it, in this case, sacramental. Following this stream of consciousness, a concept popped into my head. Is beauty basically our perception of God? When I say God, I don't refer to only the idea of an all-knowing entity who judges us. I mean that God is just the concept of something omnipresent, something all-good, something higher than ourselves. Which sounds a lot like how we just defined beauty. Now let's think about what this means for humanity's relationship with beauty. If beauty is something that we constantly seek, something that transcends the material world and hints at something greater, isn't it fair to wonder, is our pursuit of beauty, in essence, a pursuit of God? Consider this. Throughout history, humanity has tried to capture beauty in countless ways, through art, music, architecture, and even science. Why? Because beauty moves us. It stirs something deep within, something primal and profound, as though it's pointing us towards an ultimate truth. Take cathedrals, for example. They are built to be beautiful not just for the sake of aesthetics, but to evoke a sense of divinity. The soaring arches, the intricate stained glass, the attention to detail, they weren't just about impressing people. They were about creating spaces that felt closer to God. Similarly, when we look at a sunset or listen to a piece of music that gives us chills, we feel something akin to awe, a sense of being part of something bigger than ourselves. Even when we alienate the religious aspect of beautiful things like cathedrals, we still find ourselves in almost awe of how it emulates divinity. Like when you're truly in love with someone. For me, it's as if you can see God in their eyes. The things they do and say seem to be holier, purer, better than anything else. Or, if I talk about this in the less romantic sense, to find beauty is to find the divinity in what surrounds you. For example, consider sunsets, something that's universally considered beautiful. When we watch a sunset, we're not just admiring the colors streaking across the sky. We're pausing, we're reflecting, we're feeling small in the face of something so vast and constant. The beauty of a sunset reminds us of our place in the universe. It's a cycle older than humanity, one we cannot control or replicate. And yet, it invites us to simply be, to let go of the noise of the day and marvel at something far greater than ourselves. And I think that embodies the essence of what beauty should be. Similarly, in the same way that both absence or corruption of God can ruin us, the same works with beauty. Beauty giveth, and beauty taketh away. The lack of beauty in our lives, whether illusory or with too much happening to overshadow the beauty, leads us to depression and inadequacy issues. Being unable to see beauty in the world is being unable to fully experience one's humanity. Beauty, after all, is what reminds us that life can be extraordinary. On the other hand, when we harp too much on a certain notion of beauty, worshipping it in an almost zealous manner, we can easily end up destroying ourselves. The pursuit of this kind of beauty often leads to self-loathing and a loss of individuality. By reducing beauty to a single, rigid standard, we corrupt its essence, its purity, its transcendence. But let's go a little bit deeper. If beauty is transcendental and sacramental as we've established, then it's more than just a passive experience. It's an active force, something that compels us to create, to strive, and to understand. When we see beauty, we don't just stop at admiring it. We as humans usually try to replicate it, to share it, to make sense of it. In doing so, we're engaging in a kind of worship, even if we don't realize it. So here's my little theory. Humanity's search for beauty isn't just a coincidence or a superficial preference. It's a reflection of our desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. Whether you call that God, the universe, wonder, or whatever you'd like, the pursuit of beauty is inherently tied to our pursuit of meaning and purpose. When we see beauty, we feel compelled to honor it or emulate it. In doing so, we act as creators, participants in something larger than ourselves. In the end, perhaps the search for beauty and the search for God are one and the same. A journey to find light in the darkness, to see the extraordinary in the ordinary, and to remind ourselves that there is always something worth reaching for. Thank you.